Hi friends, welcome back to Explorers Club. This week we're going to be learning about entomology. So we're going to look at what entomology is, what entomologists do, what kind of insects there are. We're going to learn about the anatomy of a bug, and then we're going to build our own exoskeleton so we can do a science experiment. And then, of course, at the end, we'll have some books about entomology for you guys to read. So our quote is, "Together, even the smallest can achieve the greatest goal," and that's from the movie A Bug's Life. So entomology is the study of insects, their lives, their behavior, their habitats, and how they relate to humans. A person who studies entomology is called an entomologist. Entomologists work all sorts of jobs. They could work in zoos, in labs, in agriculture. Some even work in the criminal justice system. An entomologist studies how bugs relate to us. For example, entomologists may work with epidemiologists, who are scientists who study disease, to figure out how a disease passed from bugs to humans works. Types of insects. There are 7 classes of insects, or basic classes of insects. Beetles, bees, bugs, which is all your creepy crawlies, flies, butterflies, crickets, and dragonflies. So even within insects, there is a huge amount of diversity as to what insects can look like and what their function can be. But one thing that joins all insects together is that they have the same anatomy. Anatomy is the study of the body. So an insect body has 3 very specific parts: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. And of course they have wings and antennae and legs, but you know an insect by that 3-part anatomy: head, thorax, and abdomen. Another thing that insects have that is pretty cool, some other things have it, like different sea creatures, but insects are the group that has it the most, is an exoskeleton. An exoskeleton is a hard outer shell or skeleton that protects the inside of the insect's body. So they're like organs and they're soft tissue and everything that could get damaged really easy. The exoskeleton is made out of a certain type of material that's hard, that doesn't get crushed as easy or hurt as easy as, say, the heart or the lungs. And in our video, we are going to make our own exoskeleton, and then we're going to do a little bit of a science experiment. So we're going to build our own exoskeleton using just paper, glue dots or tape, whichever you have, and scissors. So your first step, you're going to cut your strips of paper, and you can cut them as thin or as wide as you like. I'm just going to show you how to do like the first 2 fingers on your hand, and then if you wanted to do your whole hand, your arm, your feet, your legs, whatever, you can. It depends on how much paper your house has and how much you want to use on your exoskeleton, and how much energy you want to put into it. So it's up to you. So what I did with the first one, to show you how to do it super easy and quick, is you just take half of a strip and you already put the glue dot on, you wrap it around. That gives you a really thin protective layer. Or you can take the paper, wrap it around, and then cut it off while it's still on your hand so you know exactly how much you need. Or you can, I did this one the first way, just to show you again with a bigger piece. And here you can take the entire piece of paper and wrap it around. This gets a little bit messier, but it gives you a much thicker protective layer. And you can wrap around the whole piece of paper several times, so it's much thicker. And I did that with this one too. And what that does is it's going to protect your skin from getting hurt or anything like that. Now, it's not something to go and like hurt yourself and go do dangerous things. but it shows you how an exoskeleton functions. And from there, you can basically, you can go outside and make a science experiment of it. I wasn't able to go outside today because it's very wet, but when it gets dry, you can go and test your exoskeleton out. So if you wrap up your whole hand, say, and do exactly what I just showed you, you can go and pick up pine cones and pine needles, pick them up with your exoskeleton hand and with your hand that isn't wrapped, and test it out. See which hand feels the pine cones the most, which hand is more sensitive to touch. Pine cones are kind of sticky and they're kind of ouchy, so you can test which hand is more protected. You can also, touch like bricks, like on the side of your house, or basically anything that is you're sensitive to the touch of, and see which hand is more protected. That's the science experiment route. If you want to just go crazy and wrap your hands and be a bug, that's also cool. You don't have to do all the science part of it, but it is really fun to compare and see how much stronger a bug is with and without their exoskeleton. So I hope you guys have fun doing that. Now, if you would like to read more about bugs, you can check out these books from our online catalog. I'll have a link in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I hope I will see you next week.